as live as we were before. All right, this is Envy once again, the Survivor main with entitlement. Here with my buddy Kyle. We made a video a couple days ago going over the new patch, and it didn't exactly receive the best reviews and comments. And we're just gonna go over a couple of them and give a little response. So the first one, entitled Survivor Main Alert. True. It's funny, right? Why am I not surprised? Entitled Survivors. Okay. I okay, but okay. And then this dude, he laid it out full. I did give a response, but I will also respond to these now. Your point with the matchmaking queues is incorrect. I am a killer main who started over again this season, rank 18 to now 6, and since rank 13, I had no lobby without red ranks in it, and I still, he says, and I till rank 7. So I don't really, and I'm still rank 7. Almost always had the lowest ranks in the lobby. I'm pretty sure I know what he's saying. What we said about matchmaking was they had always told me, the boys, that the reason why in red ranks we don't get a lot of red ranks killers, a lot of red rank killers, is because there's not a lot of red rank killers. I would disagree. I would say the game just doesn't know how to match us with them. It's just bad. But apparently I was wrong. Apparently there actually are 3 red rank killers left on North American console servers.
It's just Arch, True, and some.
Well, no, on North. They're on European. Europe. I'm just saying, when I play red ranks and I get red rank killers, it's only 3 of them in rotation. Those are the only 3 that exist in the world. Because I don't get any others apparently, because there are none. They all quit. So I'm sorry for being wrong, I guess. All right, on to number 2. Gens are going too fast, so the changes are necessary because even when you run discordance as an anti-rush perk, survivors are still able to get gens completed, even if you are immediately going over to their because is 4-man or 3-man speeds. But even if you're able to be there in time, they often let one get in chase and finish it. All right, so basically what he's saying is the gen speeds needed a problem because if you spawn on one side of the map, survivors spawn on the other side of the map, all 4 of them get on one gen. They can pop it before you get there. Okay? Which isn't always true. I've had plenty of experiences where a 3-man will get on a gen and then will get interrupted 15, 20 seconds later, and then all that progress is gone because the gen is now not being worked on, and there's 3 people not working on the gen, at least, probably all 4. But the thing that we were trying to say about this is not that gen speeds aren't fast. We know that they're a problem. However, when you make so many changes towards the gen speed problem, it could overtune and then we'll have a new problem in the other direction. So, I get what you're saying. It's a feels bad, and I know what he's saying, you know, worse with Survivor friends because I can just say, oh, he's on me, go back to the gen. I do it. I play with the boys. I get how it is. However, I don't know, man. Smaller maps, slower speed, destroyed toolboxes as far as gen speed goes. It's just a lot of steps in one direction without letting any of them settle. That's all I'm saying. You got anything to say about that, Kyle? About that one point?
No, I agree.
Sloppy Thanatophobia combo just works when you let yourself get hit and don't heal as a team. Otherwise, it slows down slightly, and the new ruin is completely counterable with cleansing. All right, so this is my problem with this. Sloppy and Thanny. All 4 people are injured. We'll go with the worst situation. Even we'll go with 1. You got 1 dude injured, 3 people not injured. That's 1 stack of Thanny. He's hit with Sloppy, so he's going to be healed or healing himself at 25% slower. So if he has self-care, that means it's going to take him 75% more speed or more time than normal. If he's getting healed by somebody else, it's going to take 24 seconds instead of 16 seconds. And what 24 seconds is half a gen with you and that dude sitting there on the gen. So what this build will do is, sure, you cannot heal and stay on the gen, but then you'll be insta-down. Or you can heal and then by the time I come to you, you'll be healed, sure, but half a gen won't be done. As far as that front goes, you'll have no progress, or you'll have progress on the gen, and then you're insta down.
And it just synergizes really well with Nurse's Calling, which is a good.
So
a good perk.
Yeah, Ruin is counterable with cleansing, but
and you don't let yourself get hit. If you're like a good killer, good killers will get hits no matter the state of the game. Well, I won't say that, but
yeah, what's going on?
Huh?
What are you saying? Keep going.
Good. Oh. Good killers will get hits no matter what's going on with the, like the current balance or what's strong or whatnot. I mean, like, it's not like you can never get hit and all of your people on your team will never get hit. So Sloppy Fanny will never work. That's
no,
stupid.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying it won't work because even when you do get hit, which you will, you can just ignore it. And even if you don't, it just slows down a little bit. It's not like it takes all the time in the fucking world, which it does. And then as far as more slowdown goes, Ruin is counterable by cleansing it. Which I disagree with because Sloppy and Fanny is a great combo with or without nurses, especially with nurses on a stealth killer. Because once again, you're either insta down and work on gens, or you don't work on gens long enough for you to have completed a gen, which then it does its job. Anyway, we'll move on. As you said, number 4, as you said, there are spots with no counterplay options, unless you play Merce, for example. So removing these adds skill to both sides because survivors can't rely on these spots anymore and have to outrun otherwise. Any killers have to readjust to maps as well in either taking the chases instead of always breaking the chase pre-patch and risking a gen. So what he's saying here is that this is good because this will take away spots for survivors where it's just mindless. And he's also saying, well, this will also kind of make it tough on killers because they'll have to like readjust to these shitty loops that the survivors are now running. I disagree. I think that it'll take maybe 2 seconds and then they'll realize, oh, I can just like walk this way. And then they've adjusted and then they know which way to walk. This isn't some like labyrinth where you have to, realize every single move or you'll lose me. You can just look at me and see that you can just walk straight to me now. So I don't really know what he's saying here. And I get that, spots with no counterplay. What he doesn't mean is no counterplay. What he means is spots where there's no chance of you getting hit until I break or until I block the window. These are the spots that he's talking about, the main building spots that are just loop, window blocks that go somewhere else, which do have a lot of counterplay. But, okay, so we get rid of those so there's more skill. Once again, what about all the pallets that have no mind game or counterplay from the killer side? Where it's literally a loop and the tile or the pallet is the biggest part of the tile. You drop it, you're hit every time. But what about all those? That doesn't matter. Number 5. To Ironworks, there most likely will be a destroyable wall. There's not. So,
oh yeah, by the way, the destroyable wall things, none of them are destroyable.
Yeah, at least 2 of them. We saw at least 2 that we thought would be destroyable. Abattoir and Ironworks. They're just doorways. No destruction. Just an
open door that the loop doesn't matter.
We just keep walking. It's so stupid. 6, balance changes are good. Like killers get hit, survivors get hit. Just take Ruin for example. True, but what hits did the killers get this patch? The killers didn't get any hits. Survivors took all the hits. Killers didn't get shit. Killers only got benefited from this. We didn't get nothing. That's a problem. Yeah, and it's all about balance. Do you really think that do you really think the bars in the farmhouse were? No, I don't. I said in the video that I would bully people there. No, they weren't fair. They were fun for me, but not fair. And that point is fair. Number 8, repairing a gen should be the point of vulnerability for the survivor. That's the trade-off. I disagree. I think unhooking people should be a vulnerability, maybe. But I don't think doing the only objective you have should be like a vulnerable spot for you. I don't think there should be a trade-off for doing the only thing that you are able to do. That's like the only objective is repairing a gen. So I don't think that every time you want to repair a gen, you should just give a killer a free hit because you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Because that's a trade-off. That's pretty. I don't know. That's pretty dumb. What do you say? What do you think about that, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta have something to run to. I mean, if there's nothing to run to within the time it takes for the killer to, like, for you to realize, heartbeat, and then he gets up on you. I mean, if there's nothing to run to in that time, then there's no counterplay because at that point is just walking up to you and hitting you simulator.
And just free hit, right? Exactly.
So I mean, there has to at least be like a vault or a window,
something,
something within a vicinity, and like pallets, and it can be used and it can make that spot bad, but there has to be something.
There has to be I agree. I totally agree. All right, number 9. I say killers aren't too strong because it is a 4v1, and killer has to have more pressure. Otherwise, survivors and survivor friends can easily destroy a killer without making a failure as a killer. I somewhat agree, somewhat disagree. I have had a survivor friends, all rank 1s, the death squad, and we've gotten beat plenty of times. It's not as easy as solo, obviously. But I've never seen a killer make 0 mistakes and not beat us. Because you do realize making a failure as a killer also counts as like making a bad read on a mind game, right? So if you're a killer and you don't make a failure as far as that goes, you read every mind game, I don't see you losing. The only time when we beat killers is when we can consistently mind game them, or they try to mind game us and fail.
Because there's only so many actual safe pallets on a map. Like, everyone's saying God pallet about every pallet. There's only so many actually. Like, if I drop this, he has to break it. That's the only way. And I'm completely safe until that happens. There's so few of those, dude.
Yeah, and a lot of killers have anti-loop. So even the safe, quote-unquote, God loops like jungle gyms and shit, there's still ways to go around them without breaking them. So, farce. And number 10. And you agree that these spots need no skill, and skill should determine who wins the game. I agree. So make every loop about skill. Don't make some of them like skillful for the survivor and some of them mindless for the killer.
Come on.
They see what the problem was. They had a really low bar and a really high bar for loop values, and the way to make that better was they lowered the really high bar instead of making both of them meet closer in the middle. So now we just have okay loops all the way down to shitty loops instead of just like good and okay loops. And it's really bad. And that's all this guy. Thank you, Turbo Nito, for giving us this comment. I hope you are satisfied. If not, leave a comment and let us know. Are you guys trolling? Yes. No, we're not. I've played for hundreds of hours, which is like, okay. With what they were doing to killers patch after patch, I stopped playing. Just played some games recently after Monto. Fuck Monto. They consistently had lower ranks in every game I played, blah, blah, blah. When purple ran, it was purple and green, or purple and red. Couldn't find anyone lower. Okay. So this is another person with the matchmaking thing. Like I said, I guess I was wrong. I really didn't think I was wrong. I thought I was right. But I guess all the red rank killers are just gone. I'm sorry. And then this guy asked, how often is somebody on a gen by themselves? And I'll say, in the survivor friends, all the time, unless there's only one or two gens left. When there's 4 or 5, even 3 gens left, we spread the fuck out, because that's the whole point.
So you can get them all done.
Yeah, and that's the YouTube comments. Let's go over to I posted this on Facebook, basically saying any killers want to respond to how a survivor main feels, let me know. This guy doesn't really think gen speeds will be a big deal. I do agree. I don't think that a free gen for everybody spawning together was a guaranteed thing. I really don't. No more infinites. They weren't infinites. Blockers, Bloodlust made them not infinites.
They did waste a lot of time, but they weren't infinite.
They weren't
some
infinites.
Of them, I mean, Ironworks you could still mess up.
Is there not once I'll make this point till I die. Can a map not have one really strong loop? It'll have 10 awful loops, or even 3 or 4 to be realistic. Can it not have one main building strong loop? Can that just not be a thing? Bad survivors won't utilize it, and good survivors need it because it's the only tools we fucking have. Anyway, I'm used to all the killers crying. Let's see what next you'll cry about. I mean, I'm not crying, bro. You're emotional, not I. It's not me. Oh no, I didn't mean to click on this man. You didn't see that. Anyway, All right. DBD is going to lose survivors that pretend to get out each game. It's only for the better. I don't pretend to get out. It's like a killer. Okay, I've heard a lot of killers say, I just want to have the ability to 4K. If I'm better, then I want to be able to kill somebody. And I agree. If I'm better, I should be able to leave. It shouldn't be crutches either way. If it's going to be skill v skill only. And I don't know, I guess killers think that means just like flat ground, no tiles, and just try to 360 until you die. Maybe that's what they think skill v skill means. But I don't know. I really think, no one cares. There's too many survivors. Go play Fortnite.
Okay. Everyone, Ed says
go play Fortnite. Yeah, any survivors who don't like how it's going, go play Fortnite, dude. This is how killer main thinks survivor mains are, but the real ones don't care.
I mean, we don't. It should be okay. Wow. But
wow. Rip DBD. Nah, we don't care. Fair enough. I had to skip a lot. The speaker's very boring. I agree. Pretty much this is the same thing as the YouTube comments where it's just like entitled survivor, have their own opinion. So
rip.
Yeah, kind of a rip. And then the ultimate, the Reddit. I posted pretty much the same thing that I did on the Facebook page. Any killer mains want to know how the other side feels, I'll link to my video. The first one. Okay, dude. 7 points. I got -6 karma for this post, and this man got 7 points for this comment. And then this was like the 8th one I read, so I was sad. And then he apologized. But I mean, he didn't really say much. I only watched a little bit because I heard you guys defending the window on Ironworks, and we didn't defend the window as in it wasn't a problem. We just said the new window was dumb. A literal rank 20 could loop a rank 1 killer at that window. That's a farce. That is 100% wrong. You have to run that window extremely optimal to get it twice, let alone 3 times. A rank 20 survivor won't do that. But I understand the hyperbole. I understand what he's saying. Why do you guys think a window should exist when the killer's best option is to just go chase and go for somebody else? Because of all of the loops that the killer sees somebody running to and goes, hell yeah, I'll take that. That's a smack. There should be one that he sees and goes, oh, well, can't do that one. I'm not saying it should be everywhere, and it shouldn't even be easily accessible. Maybe not in the middle of the map, maybe in a corner or something, not around a gen. But there should be one loop where somebody can go that the killer's going to actually have to like put in work at to get them.
Because come on.
There should be one. And then I said they need to let us test some of the stuff out before they throw it all out. And he said, dude, but PTB. And I'm like, yeah, but 40 changes on the PTB.
They like just changed everything. What? They even skipped the whole. It's just a door.
This issue, or this phrase that I said, has really been an issue. People really don't like that I said toolboxes are useless. So here's what toolboxes are good for. Sabo. They can sabotage a hook in 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds is ridiculous. That's great. But I'm talking about gen speeds, dog. We're talking about changes to gen speed, dog.
And toolboxes will hit
Toolboxes
hard.
don't do shit. Commodious used to have 180 charges. It now has 32.
Used to come out like 2 gens with that thing.
I mean, sure, you can say they're not useless. Just like a firecracker isn't useless. You can get value from it, dog. I mean, I can bring a toolbox literally just to pop a brand new part. Sure. But compared to what they were, and as far as overall gen speeds go, toolboxes are useless. Trash. 100% garbage. I'll say it until I die. Useless. I won't touch them. I'll use it maybe if like, okay, there's 1 gen left. The gen's at 75 exactly. Spine shield goes off. The 110 killer who doesn't have any hatchets or trap set is coming to me. I then pop the brand new part, hit both skill checks, the gen pops, and then I get hit with no ed. That's the best situation. Fuck toolboxes.
Dude.
We're moving on.
I get hit with no ed.
Fuck them. No, you can't nerf my God loops, dog. How am I supposed to win now? So,
I mean, we didn't say that it was gonna be like unwinnable. We said it was gonna be like
it's just unbalanced.
rough.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just it's not gonna be fun. And then this guy was pretty much like, I agree, this is gonna hurt at first, but solo is only rough because people are bad and they just waste pallets. And then he says, I hope Bloodlust gets removed now off map. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna respond to that. But yeah, we just we noticed this video got a lot more hate than my normal ones do, so we just wanted to make a quick little response to let y'all know how we're feeling. We appreciate y'all watching. Kyle, you have any final words?
No.
All right. Well, I think that'll be it. Peace out. I'm sure you didn't watch this far. Bye bye, Killer Mains.
Peace.